Welcome back to Ban for a Bit.
Oh my god, you have to ruin everything, don't you? You just cannot let it lie.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode. Thank you for joining us. It is a pleasure. You guys who listen, you 2 or 3 people who listen, you make it worthwhile that we bring you the topics that need to be discussed in the music world, such as the one where we did where do you put your beer when you're on stage? These are important things.
That is a really important thing. I think we need to expand on that.
We'll do another episode on where.
A whole dedicated hour-long show dedicated to where do you put your drink on stage.
Exactly. I'm Grainger. This is...
I'm Pete.
Yeah. We forgot to do that for the other one, but it doesn't matter. And this week, we are actually going to talk about something a little bit different to what we normally talk about.
Well, not really.
Well, not really. But
it's still band-related.
It is band-related. It's just different.
Okay, so this week, you may have noticed that Marilyn Manson has been dropped by his record label.
I did.
Well, you told me about it, so actually you noticed it. I did not notice it.
Yeah, I know.
You told me about it.
I was pretending.
Due to some pretty horrific allegations.
That we're not going to get into. If you want to check those out, just do a Google search.
This is not our place to say that.
We're not going to talk about that.
However, what we do want to talk about is, if it comes out that these allegations are true, where do you stand on listening to Marilyn Manson here on in?
Yeah, this is a thing, because it's happened before, and to name another famous one is Ian Watkins, which did turn out to be true, and I was a massive Lost Prophets fan. Like, Lost Prophets, pretty much, like, they didn't get me into the music I was into, but they're one of the bands that I listened to when I first started listening to that kind of music. When I first started playing guitar. His voice was iconic. The band's songs some of them got really good, Last Train Home and stuff. And then literally overnight, they were just never played. They were never played on the radio. They were never played in any rock club I went into. I did remove them from my playlist, even though I like the music.
In fact, I had them on an old playlist that I played in a pub when I was DJing by mistake. I'd gone to the toilet or something, or for a pint, and it came on, and a load of people turned around. They're like, "What are you doing playing this?"
This is the thing, though. Like, where do people stand with this? Because one band member has committed a crime, or crimes, or many misdemeanors, but is that fair? Now, the thing is, with Marilyn Manson, he pretty much is, like, he does it kind of epitome that band. Like, he is the, it's not,
I think it's slightly different because he is Marilyn Manson. So
yeah, that's like,
does anyone actually, I
don't even know.
I'm sure someone does. I don't know who his guitarist is or his bass. For all I know, he gets session musicians in. It's different every gig.
I think he probably does use a band, but who knows what they're like, and who knows, they could be completely innocent in this. And it was the same thing with Lost Prophets. Lost Prophets, then literally I remember the band members, they pretty much I think they disowned him. They were like, whatever happened, it's nothing to do with us, but we are absolutely shocked by it. Such a nice guy. We can't believe it. And then they went and tried to do their own thing. I remember that. But their royalties, their music, all of that, instantly, correct me if I'm wrong, the plays must have dropped so much, like radio, clubs. Yeah. So it disappeared. It just disappeared.
It's not the rest of the band's fault for what's happened.
Exactly. So, and can you listen to that music knowing that and still enjoy it, or because of what these people have done, does it then taint it forever?
I think it does.
You think it does?
I think it does. Why did you remove it from your iTunes or Spotify?
Yeah, well, because
you don't want to listen to it anymore.
Yeah, because it made me feel
But actually, if you do go back and listen to it, they're really great tracks, and it's like some of them are like the anthem of my teenage years.
And this is it. If you showed somebody a song, or didn't tell them who it was, like, do you like that? And they might be like, oh yeah, it's really cool. And then if you say to them, oh, by the way, the singer was done for XYZ, it can change your thought on something, and it's interesting, and it because it spans, for me, it spans across many other things too. So, for example, maybe pieces of art that were done by somebody who committed crimes, or buildings made by governments that committed crimes and stuff, and how people react to these things. I'm not going to go into that too much because we're here for music, but yeah. So, and I think with the Marilyn Manson thing, I think this is going to happen now. I think that's what's going to happen. I think he'll be stop playing and stuff.
In fact, an interesting thing happened with Ryan Adams, who is like a big singer-songwriter, guitarist. It's just reminded me, actually. It was a big thing in the pedal world. So JHS Pedals made, and a load of others, had Ryan Adams' signature pedals, where, like, obviously Ryan Adams had helped him to develop it and all that sort of thing, and, like, made it into his own sound. And as soon as these allegations about Ryan Adams, I can't remember what they were, but as soon as they came out, all the pedal companies that was working with him and anybody who had him, like, endorsing their gear, they dropped him like a stone. Even JHS,
before trial, before any,
as soon as the allegations came out, I think it was. Yeah. And JHS even went so far as to completely rebrand his signature pedal as something totally different, but it was still his identical pedal.
Yeah.
So I think it happened. It must happen all over the place. And I mean, I don't listen to Marilyn Manson so much anymore, but I used to quite often.
I'll be honest, I've not listened to like any of his new stuff in years. It was back when, Tainted Love came out, and I think that's like 15, 20 years ago, whenever
I think
he had
a bit of a like the heyday was like the mid 2000s, wasn't it, for Marilyn Manson? And from my experience of it anyway.
Yeah, that's what I would say as well. I don't know, like, correct us if we're wrong, but that's when, and those songs are the ones that still come on in the rock clubs that I used to go to before COVID. His songs would come on, and people would dance to it and stuff. I think now, if these allegations turn out to be true, then I think it could happen with exactly the same as what happened with Lost Prophets, where people just will stop listening. I think there'll be a backlash. However, you will still get in my opinion, a group of hardcore fans who possibly still listen to Lost Prophets, hardcore fans who possibly still will listen to Marilyn Manson. I just think that the vast majority of people who listen will drop off. That's my opinion. That's what I think will happen.
I think that's what happened.
From my experience with Lost Prophets, that's what happened.
However, here's one for you. When all the allegations about Micheal Jackson came out,
well, yeah, that's true.
And everybody still, maybe not everyone still loves Micheal Jackson, but like
he
still gets played on the radio. He still gets played on TV. He gets played like.
Well, he was acquitted, right?
He's still massive. I think he was. I don't know enough about it. In the court of law, innocent.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it to.
Whether or not he was innocent or not, I don't know. It's not my place to say.
I remember that he didn't go to prison, and he was proven innocent, and then he died with the doctor thing and all that.
Yeah.
And that went to court because they were like, did the doctor give him too much or something? And all that went to court as well. And
but that not necessarily gone the other way, but that doesn't seem to have ever really affected the Micheal Jackson fan base.
No, Micheal Jackson still played worldwide, like renowned. So would that have changed if those allegations were true for Micheal Jackson?
Possibly, I don't know. But what do you think, audience?
Yeah, let us know.
Would you still listen to Marilyn Manson if all of this came out and it was actually true?
Controversial topic, but we're interested to know. I'm really interested to know, what people think of this and stuff, and if they are going to continue to listen, or if you're going to do what I did with Lost Prophets and just pretty much cut them out of my life, even though I liked them. Just couldn't do it anymore. So
it is weird. I don't even ever really think about Lost Prophets anymore. Like, I've got like other bands that I listen to all the time. Like I used to like Linkin Park, Sum 41, Blink, all that kind of thing. Like Green Day. I'll still listen to it regularly because I'm still 14 in my head. But Lost Prophets doesn't even, if I'm flicking through my phone going, right, yeah, I could, like, what am I going to listen to in the car? Lost Prophets does never even cross my mind anymore.
No, it doesn't. And I think even in a way, psychologically, we have maybe just cut it off. Like you've just cut that out. Like you've just psychologically.
It never happened.
Decided that you weren't going to listen to them anymore. Like it's a conscious choice.
Which is weird because when I was 14, 15, Lost Prophets were probably one of my favourite bands.
They were one of my favourite bands. And now, they would still be, if Ian Watkins wasn't such a dick.
Don't sit on the fence there, Grange.
Let's fucking twat. Then they would have still been in my mix of, all my favourite, like Blink 182, Newfound Glory, Green Day, All Time Low.
Yeah,
blah, blah,
they
blah.
probably would still be in rotation.
Six. Yeah.
Of stuff that I listen to regularly.
That's it, they would.
Let us know in the comments what you think. Would you still listen to Marilyn Manson? Do you still listen to Lost Prophets? No judgment here if you do. It's music at the end of the day.
Cool.
Because it's an interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah. So let's see what people think. Okay.
Let's move on to Album of the Week. This week's album is my choice, and it is one of my favourite albums. It is.
Ever?
Oh!
Ever?
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And it is Slash featuring Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators. World on Fire.
That was a great interpret. Slash featuring Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators.
Slash,
World on fire. I'm going to let you take this one first. This was your recommendation. You probably listened to it more than me. I've listened to it a couple of times.
Yeah, I have listened to it a lot.
Yep. So I'm going to let you take this one first.
Okay. I shamelessly love Slash. I love Guns N' Roses. I love Slash. Slash is probably one of the most important influences in my guitarist life. Made me first when I was like 8 or 9, thinking, how does that man in a funny hat make that guitar sound like that? Like probably one of the first people I ever saw noticed playing guitar. I'm playing guitar solos. I've got 2 Les Pauls. I've owned about 5 or 6 Les Pauls, mostly because of Slash. And this is a fantastic album from start to finish. However, I will also say it's nothing you've not heard before, but it's great. It's so good. It takes simple stuff and does it so well. Standout tracks for me are World on Fire, Automatic Overdrive, Stone Blind, Withered Delilah, Dirty Girl, The Dissident.
The whole fucking album.
Most of the album.
It's a long album too. 15.
It is a long album.
17 songs, sorry.
Yeah, 1 hour and 17 minutes, which I didn't realise it was that long when I gave it you to listen to.
Tracked under's like, half an hour. Actually carries like 45 minutes.
Yeah. I've basically given you 2 albums to listen to. So yeah, I love it. I love Myles Kennedy. I've always loved Myles Kennedy. I love Alter Bridge. I loved everything before, after. For me, this is a near perfect album for me. And wow. It comes across, it is quite, like I say, it's nothing you've not heard before. It's just really great. There's great riffs. There's amazing vocals. There's brilliant guitar work. It's proper just an old school top rock and roll album.
Okay. Right. Oof. Wow. That was in depth. So I have listened to Slash since I was a kid. Teenager, I'd say. With like Guns N' Roses and stuff. Used to love Guns N' Roses. Still love Guns N' Roses. Don't listen to as much as I used to though. And then when Slash started doing his solo stuff, I can't remember when he started, but like with the compilation albums and stuff, loved it. I've surprisingly never listened to this album. Okay, the first time I listened to this album was when you gave it me last week. 2014 as well. It's already 7 years old now.
Yeah.
I'm an Alter Bridge fan. Myles Kennedy is on point in the album. Like, Myles Kennedy is on point through the entire album. What I would say about this album, and I've not listened to it as much as you, so if I listen to it, more and more, it probably grow me more and more and more. What I would say about it is, it feels like a train. And what I mean by that is, for me, every song almost rolls into one. And I don't mean that they roll into one in the way that, like, we did an album where it feels like it tells a story. I don't feel like this album does tell a story at all. I feel like every song is a song. However, it is like things that have been done before. It's done very well, though. It's done very well. Like, Slash is so fucking good at what he does. It's untrue. And Myles Kennedy is on point throughout the entire thing. And it's different to Alter Bridge. It's very, you can tell it's like, it's not.
It's totally
Slash.
night and day to Alter Bridge.
Yeah, you can tell it. But although Myles Kennedy's voice is, and it's so iconic. Like, instantly, I was like, I know this is Myles Kennedy. If I didn't even read the title, if I didn't read who it was, I know who it is. Like, you can just tell by that voice.
If I hit my head on a rock tomorrow and forgot everything I ever know, every album that I've ever known, even, and you played this album to me, I'd go, that is Slash and that is Myles Kennedy on the same track. Because they're both so recognizable.
Yeah, the guitar sound is so recognizable and stuff as well. Like the guitar style, the guitar sound, it's classic. It is. Every here's the thing I think, okay, and it's going to sound like a criticism, and it's not. I guess it is, but it's not. It's that every song is good.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. Like, I don't... No. Like, every song is good. Like, really good. But I couldn't tell you the difference between a lot of them. And if you go down and you pin to the chorus, whatever, 45 seconds, a minute into the song, and then you do that down every song, it almost sounds not the same, but the format is the same a lot. Some of the songs start slowly. You've got this epic chorus that are absolutely amazing, that blow you out of the park, and the like guitar solos that melt your face.
Jack Black, calm down.
Yeah, but nothing. Unfortunately, even compared to Everclear, nothing. I know. Nothing kind of grabbed me. I will say a few that did grab me. Actually, I'll say like my favorite note, but most of mine are at the start for some reason. World on Fire. Actually, the first opening track is one of my favorite tracks. It really sets the tone. Shadow Life is another one of my favorites. Stone Blind is fantastic as well. And what was it called? I actually quite like Safari as well, where it's actually just musical. It's just Slash. There's no vocals on it. The album's really good. The album is really good, but I don't know why I just couldn't connect with the. Like, I was kind of like, I couldn't sing along. Like, I kind of wasn't like. It's difficult to say that because maybe if I listen to it more, it will. But with like Everclear, it did within a couple of listens. This one didn't. I don't know why. And it's strange because everything about it is good. Everything about it is great, but it's just that for me. And every song, it feels like it just rolls into one. Like the whole album is a train. It's just like one song to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next.
Yeah, there's not a lot of
variation
on it.
No,
there's nothing. I'm looking quickly. There's nothing really slow. It's all up tempo, upbeat.
Well, there are a couple that start slow, but then again, you've got the epic chorus. It's such a format that they follow it, and they do it perfectly.
Yeah.
And I love Slash, and I do like this album. Don't get me wrong. I am not criticizing this album and saying this is a bad album. This is a great album. I think people should definitely go and listen to this album. Just for some reason, I just couldn't grasp it as much. And I'd love to dance to it in a club.
That's fine. It's not.
And I don't know why.
For us all to be the same.
Because I sing to Alter Bridge. Like, I sing Alter Bridge songs all day long that really stand out to me. And it's like Myles Kennedy's, the choruses, his voice is so, powerful and emotive. And he doesn't also, what I do want to say is he doesn't take away from the guitar either, because sometimes when you've got two big personalities like that, you've got Myles Kennedy and you've got Slash. you can sometimes maybe get like where it's all about the guitar, it's all about the singing. I think I think they complement each other perfectly. I
think that's because Slash doesn't sing.
Yeah, and it's saying something because they're such big personalities as well.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say about it, really. I just say every song is good. Good.
All right.
That's mine.
I mean, your opinion's wrong, but fine.
That's what I think. Every song's good. I'm surprised at how much I enjoyed the Everclear one you gave me, actually.
I'm not. I thought that would be right up your street.
Yeah. But even surprisingly, possibly more so than this. Which is surprising, because I love Alter Bridge and I love Slash.
It's surprising. Say surprising some more.
Surprising?
So go on, then what would you give it out of 10?
I need to listen to it more, though, I think. I listened to it twice. I think if I listen to it more, then I would start to kind of differentiate the songs better. But for me, I just like I was listening to the same song for an hour and 15 minutes. Just a very good song. So with that count and thinking about that, I'm going to give this I was undecided between a 7 and an 8, but I do think it deserves the 8 because it is good. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 9.
You give it a 9. Wow. So overall score of 8.5 then. Same as our last album of the week. Oh, I gave it away.
Yes. I'm going to give it a 9. It's not my favourite album ever. It's one of.
Okay. Not 10?
No.
Why?
It's got to be really special to be a 10.
Okay.
It doesn't have the nostalgia. For me, a 10 needs to have the nostalgia attached to it as well. Which physically isn't old enough for me to have the nostalgia. I was 24 when it came out. For me, the nostalgia comes from teenage years.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So yeah.
Well, thank you.
We did it again. I think that about wraps us up this week.
Yeah, man, that was good. We will put the albums into the Spotifys and the iTunes so you can have a listen. We have our own Band for Life playlist. If you want to comment below on anything we've spoken about during this episode, please feel free. And if you've not already, please consider subscribing. We release videos twice a week. We do band interviews and we do different musical topics and album reviews as well.
Yep.
Thanks so much, guys.
We shall see you on Friday.
See you soon.
Bye.
Pep.